Hello and welcome back to Real English 2. In today's session, we are going to dive deeper into conversation analysis. We are going to characterize conversations, look at three aspects that define how conversations will unfold, and talk about segments of every conversation. Are you ready? So am I. So let's get started. So far, we know a couple of things about conversations. We have discussed turn-taking. We have talked about the length of turns, what happens in a two-party conversation, and what happens in multi-party conversations. We discussed the problems of when to take the turn and for how long. We have also learned about different kinds of talk. For example, the transactional versus the interactional talks. We said that there are different kinds of participants with different rights. We discussed the symmetry levels or asymmetry and how these affect the type of conversation. Now we are going to look closer at conversations and ask ourselves some questions that can help us understand even more the dynamics of it, so we become better conversationalists. So let's consider conversations one more time. The big question here is, what are conversations? Are they genres? Are they modes? Or are they something else? For this, it's a good idea to look back at some of the concepts of Real English 1, such as what genres are and what modes are. Now, for some people, conversations are a mode of speaking, just like instructing, reporting, narrating, argumenting, and describing. Let's remember that modes are also called pre-genres. For some other people, researchers mainly, conversations are a part of the interacting mode, where participants take turn to respond to each other and to contribute. But as pre-genres, conversations have very specific features. Conversations may contain other modes in it. Imagine having a work meeting and reporting an issue. So you're having a type of conversation and there's the reporting mode in it. Or imagine having a conversation with friends in your house and they ask you where the yerba is for the mates, so you instruct them. Again, you're having a conversation and the instructing mode is embedded into the conversation. Also, some conversations may be part of another genre, like when you are shopping at a store and you first talk to the vendor, especially when you are familiar with them, the conversation will be longer. So we can say that conversations are very flexible because they may be the macrostructure genre with smaller modes in it, or smaller genres in it, or a microstructure of something bigger, a genre, or a mode. Now, let's focus on three aspects that may help us define how the conversation will unfold. We have three aspects named: the field, the tenor, and the mode. This is not the same mode as the previous one. This is another term to refer to something else. So the feel of the conversation means what the topic is going to be about. Let's imagine these situations in Spanish. Vamos a juntarnos que hace rato que no nos vemos. Or una cena y de paso hablamos de negocios. Or traer al gato un control al veterinario. Those are the purposes or the main topics. But there are subtopics in them. Pause this audio and wonder what the subtopics may be. Okay, after you have paused the video and thought about the different subtopics, let's discuss now the tenor. The tenor refers to the relationship of the participants, whether they are symmetrical or asymmetrical, whether they are more intimate or less intimate, that is the level of intimacy. And of course the situation and context, because you can have a friend who is also your dentist. So, in some situations, the relationship may be more symmetrical, and in some other context, the relationship may be more asymmetrical. Now, let's talk about the mode. This doesn't have to do with instructing or reporting or any of the other modes. We refer to the medium in which the conversation is unfolding, such as, are you texting? Are you on the phone? Or video calling? Are you face-to-face? Or one person in the living room and the other in the kitchen? That will tell you even more features of the interaction. Is there going to be interrupting, overlapping, shouting, or silences? Okay, finally, let's talk about some common patterns of conversation. Conversation generally consists of two main parts, the chats and the chunks. The chats are the segments where there is more turn-taking, more contribution, more questions, answers, and comments. They usually occur at the start of a conversation, or when we transition from one topic to another one. If we had to characterize chat, we can say that they are much shorter than chunks, and also that the turns are shorter. Now chunks, on the other hand, are extended periods of talk from one participant or from all the participants. It's where genres occur, whether storytelling, instructing, narrating, or any other genres or modes occur. There may be interruptions, anyway, in it, overlapping comments or silences from the other participants. Now, how do we know if that's appropriate? Because we know the field, the tenor, and the mode. So, you wouldn't interrupt your friend, the dentist, as they tell you a story while they are fixing your tooth, would you? Well, that's what I'm talking about. Okay, and we also have two other segments in conversation, of course. The greetings at the start and at the end of the conversation. How long will they last? Well, again, that all depends on the field, the tenor, and the mode. So far we have discussed that conversations are not just genres or modes. They are very flexible, and they can accommodate to various situations. They are something that we still haven't defined yet, but they are much more than a genre or a mode. We also discussed how we rely on three features to know how the conversations unfold. That is the field, the tenor, and the mode. And finally, we have also discussed the most common patterns of conversations: the greeting, the chat, the chunks, and the greeting structure. So now you are an expert on conversations. Next time, make sure you analyze encounters with other people and reflect upon the conversations you have with them. Are they going smoothly? Or do you perceive awkward moments? If the answer is yes to the second one, why so? What would you adjust to make them smoother? Well, I hope this lesson was useful. Thank you for listening and see you very soon. Bye!